What up, Scopies? I got a comma shirt on today. Let's wait for a few people. So while we wait for some people to get in here, I'm gonna flip you guys to the other camera. And I'm gonna show you my brand new desk.
Who wants to get localized?
Oh, does the localizer work well?
Yeah.
We're on the Periscope. We're talking to Scopies.
Oh.
Look, my new desk. Look, it's a standing desk. You know what? I'm even gonna put my phone back in color for this. In color. Okay, cool. Okay. But yeah, I mean, we're partially here to show for the new desk and the new beautiful office. No, I don't really stand. There's no way I'm actually going to use the standing desk. I'm honest. Do I play PC games? Yo, I play Age of Empires 2, and I play Super Smash Bros. That's what I play. Yeah, we gotta play, man. But yeah, so check out, this is the internal shop.comma.ai, shop.internal.comma.ai. Check out the pandas, the eons, couple of paws, a few GoPro mounts, we got Wi-Fi modules, we got a comma smaze over here. Oh, look at the pedals. Here's some pedals for some cars. So the one on the left is a Honda pedal, and the one on the right is a Toyota pedal. Who is disappointed by the Toyota pedal? Look at it. It's kind of disappointing looking. How much hardware products is too much when you have enough hardware to make your car, well, to make driving better, and that's really what we're here to talk about today. It's got a greenish tint to my camera. It's like the white balance isn't working well. Yeah, we just, everyone got $100 to improve their desk. They can even spend it on tchotchkes like Babe Ruth bobbleheads. That's okay. That's okay. We have, this is the ECU that I bricked in the Toyota. I unbricked the one that's in there, but I bought a spare one. Okay, let's get to the main topic. How can driving be better? This is really, we're gonna try to have a conversation on Periscope. I don't know if this is gonna work. But the two things that I think of when I think about driving, I think about, it's a lot of boredom interspersed with a few moments of stress. So maybe you can focus on these two as like kind of different regimes. You want to alleviate the boredom, and you want to, I think what you really want to do about the stress part is you want to alert in advance, right? Things are a lot less stressful if you know you're going to get an alert beforehand that something's about to happen, right? The real thing that keeps you on edge, and kind of what anxiety itself is a fear of kind of the unknown. Like, you know that you might have to do something, but you're not exactly sure what. Fear is like, oh, I'm afraid literally that there might be, you know, a mugger down that alley, right? You're actually afraid of something. Anxiety is you're just walking down the street and something feels a little bit off, right? So stress and well, anxiety leads to stress, right? So how can driving be better? We have to work on alleviating boredom and alleviating stress. See, gamification, I wonder about that. I wonder if that's the idea. If you want to gamify, like, maybe it makes it more exciting. So okay, we'll add that as an idea. Like, how can we make driving more exciting? Is that what we want to do in the first place? Right? Like, there's kind of two paths maybe you can take. If you guys read Alex Roy's article about like the Human Driving Rights Manifesto, I thought a lot of it was kind of but well, games cause stress, but I don't think they cause anxiety. Right? So you know, this stress leads to anxiety. And this is a big problem in the modern world, and really what we want to eliminate, right? Dopamine release when uncertain rewards. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of true, and that's kind of sketchy. I'm sick of wasting my time driving. I mean, yeah, that comes really back to the boredom factor, right? Like, the idea that driving is a waste of time really has to do with boredom. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know about more exciting, and I shouldn't put a line through anxiety because we haven't eliminated it yet. So we will erase the line, and we will come back up and yeah. Okay. Yeah. Did Did you guys like the last Periscope, by the way, that we had an actual, like we rested the phone up against something so people could see? How do you guys feel about that? But okay, so boredom, people want to drive less. Hello, Just Jess. Now there's lots of this is scenarios that are particularly boring. Long drives on the highway when you're not doing much. A camera like this was great. Okay. Yeah, okay. I mean, you guys probably can't see the board then. Oh, and now I can't see anything for Periscope. Yeah, the front camera. Okay, you guys like the front camera. We can go here. Life swings like a pendulum backward and forward between pain and boredom. That's an all right quote. But yeah, okay. So how can driving be better? People like the rant ones more. The rant ones get a lot more views. This isn't a rant. This is talking about improving the world, people. Now, see, this is hard to do. Like, you can see me now, but it's hard for me to hold the phone out here. Okay, let's go back. So let's, do you guys agree that boredom, I mean, a fix for boredom. Maybe we'll do it like that. Like a fix for boredom would be to make driving more exciting. And a fix for stress and anxiety is basically reliable alerting. If you know, I mean, you might become anxious about the alert, but that has more to do with how the alert is designed. Right? If the alert is like something terrible might happen in 10 minutes, then of course you're gonna have a stressful 10 minutes, right? But if the alert is, literally in 15 seconds, that guy looks like he's coming in too fast. Just make sure you hit the brakes or you do this. As long as it tells you exactly what to do and you're good about that, right? And this is obviously all before we get to level 4 or 5, because that stuff is mostly fake news. When you're in, Waymo's car is not safer than people, right? It's not. It may be cheaper than people, but it's not safer than people. Plan exchange responsibility of driving AI drive for easy parts only. Make it commitment. I don't really know what that means. The other solution instead of more exciting to the boredom problem is something else, right? Like what if people could just do something else? Way. What's that? Like Luai? Like the PewDiePie thing? And the solution to stress and anxiety is reliable alerting. So now, what would it take? Well, okay, so more exciting can just get work done while driving, right? So maybe this is more exciting you can do easily with level 2, right? Like you just want to make something more exciting, you can ship Waze, and that's effectively, you think of Waze, Waze is a driving assistant, right? We don't think of ourselves as really that different from Waze. Yeah, naps fall in the realm of something else, so that would be level 3. Level 3 is, when the car gives you enough of a warning to waking up for a nap is kind of loud. Yeah, shout out to Energy for getting cam reported. That's awesome if it's done. Wait, how'd you do that? I thought the Camry, I think there's a bounty for that one, right? That one doesn't have a DSU. If someone managed to get one of the DSU-less cars working, we'll do a bounty. But yeah, so reliable alerting depends how reliable. Oh, just lateral, okay. Reliable alerting is L2 and L3 and L4, depending on how reliable you want. I guess actually L3 is already full reliability. L4 would actually be able to do the scenario for you. Maybe, yeah, if you want alerting, it's L2. If you want reliable, it's L3. Still using stock ACC. Okay, so it's using lateral with stock ACC. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Maybe that's half the bounty? I don't know. No, I don't think that's half the bounty. I think the longitudinal is the hard part. Yeah, radarless stuff coming someday. But yeah, okay. So how can driving be better? We want to do, am I missing something on like the bad column? Some roads are L2, some roads never L4. Am I missing the, like, maybe, we'll divide this. I just got new markers, which I'm really excited about. Look, I have like all the colors of the marker spectrum. So that is very exciting. Okay, maybe over here on this side, we'll put the problem. And over here on this side, we'll put the solution. Will there be alerts when no lanes are detected? No, lanes are going to go away. Lanes are stupid. Will there be alerts when it's not confident? Yeah, there should be. There should be, and we can work on that kind of stuff. But yeah, so am I missing anything in my taxonomy? Like what else is wrong with driving? Think about the city, you're constantly having to pay attention to 7 different things, or you think about driving on the highway and just, the crushing boredom of that. Suggestions, people. Other drivers. The problem is other drivers. Well, I mean, I don't think other drivers call it boredom. I think other drivers fall into the stress and anxiety category, right? You're stressful or anxious about what other people are going to do. Uber drivers. Attention divide. Your inability to be otherwise productive. So that's a boredom thing, right? That's the boredom problem with driving. Always other drivers. Yeah, other drivers are terrible. I mean, the people like break down problems. Like people talk about this like in politics. There's 3 types of solutions. There's solutions that need few to buy in. There's solutions that need many to buy in, and solutions that need everyone to buy in. The former are likely to happen. The second are unlikely to happen, and the last is completely impossible. You'll never ever get everyone to buy in. You'll always get defectors. So I don't know what we can really do about other drivers, right? But we can put it over there in the problems. I mean, you can have like stupid crap, like maybe Nexar will say like, oh, well, we're going to build up a database of drivers, and then the thing will alert you when other bad drivers are in the area. I don't know about that. Like, it's just not going to be good. You're not going to be able to do that kind of stuff well. Detours construction. Well, is that a problem? Yeah, potholes. Actually, that's a good one. What potholes and stuff fall into is the problem is like the physical motion of the vehicle, right? And bumpiness. And that's fixable through a lot of electronic solutions. Potholes is comfort. Yeah, like motion, bumpiness, comfort, other drivers and traffic. Again, the problem with even like really thinking about that is that's not solutions that you can individually build. And anything that requires buy-in from a lot or everyone is absolutely impossible. So I think that we're just going to strike that one off the list because, I mean, here's the thing, right? There's a certain symmetry in other drivers, which is, everyone hates other drivers, but you are an other driver. Scope what you look at. I'm not sure what that means, but this can be fixed, right? So this can be fixed with better controls. This can be fixed with active suspension. There's cars that are doing it. I think the Maybach has this like dual camera system that's supposedly reading the road as you go. I don't know if that works. Field of view of human versus machine. So field of view is not like field of view is a problem. I mean, it's not a problem with driving. It's a problem with specific implementations of driving. You guys, the field of view is it's a really easy thing to fix. Just stick more cameras on the car. Notice how Tesla has solved the field of view problem, yet autopilot is still about as good as openpilot. It's not, the problem isn't more cameras. I mean, the solution is not more cameras, but like field of view is not really a problem. But yeah, the motion, bumpiness, and comfort, that's a good one. That's a good one. You can literally make the car experience better. We can do this by braking better. We can do this by, if you're localized well enough, you can avoid potholes. I mean, you can have a database. You can know exactly where the potholes are. You can active detect, right? Think about it. If you guys have gone skiing, you always head for the smooth snow, right? So you can detect smooth road. That's an interesting cost you can put into your driving optimizer. What, you're having trouble spending your $100? You're at 60. Did you buy a lot of tchotchkes? Identify potholes, notify the city. Again, I really couldn't care less about like, fixing the problem like that. I think identify pothole, drive around pothole. That's what humans do. But what if you did that every time? And what if like you could like drive around micro potholes and stuff too? What, I'm gonna talk to the city? Or I'm gonna talk to the SF mayor? This sucks. What sucks? This Periscope? Sorry. You don't have to watch. Go watch PewDiePie videos, they're pretty fun. But yeah, so what is the question? I mean, what else? I liked the motion bumpiness comfort. Yeah, that's a problem with driving, right? So what else? How can driving be better? That's the question. It's at the top. It's a little bit washed out by the lights. What are we doing here? Well, you know what we're doing. I mean, everybody saw the Gen Zero hardware. We demoed it at Vegas. Noise cancellation. I like that one. Drinks. I mean, wait, sorry. What was that before? What was the one I liked before drinks? Periscope doesn't let me scroll up. I liked that. Waste less fuel. Okay, cost. Yeah. In general, people are willing to trade off cost for convenience almost always. So I'm not sure how much can really be done there. What was the one I liked? I forget it. I was going to write it. Who said it? Yeah, but what are we doing here? So save gas. Yeah. Cost. You could save gas. Right? I mean, again, no one really cares about the environment. Some people will signal that they care about the environment. Oh, I didn't get water at the restaurant. I'm saving the drought. Ability to pee in a car. Noise. Oh, noise. Yeah, I mean, noise probably falls into the motion, bumpiness, and comfort kind of one. So apparently, the Acura has ANC stuff. Drinks without making a mess. Yeah, that falls under motion, bumpiness, comfort. Give AI personality. Nobody wants that. Come on, Clippy. Oh, it looks like you're writing a letter. I'm an animated paperclip. Keeping sensor clear in bad weather. That's not a problem with driving. That's a problem. That's an implementation problem. The question we're asking here is, how can driving be better? Distance. I mean, get rid of Subaru. Distance. That's an interesting one. I mean, actually, that's a good one. I forget distance. I mean, you don't care about distance. You care about time. If we could figure out how to get people time back so they spend less time in a car, that's good. A lot of nav systems are trying to do that, but they're not that good. Ooh, I like that one. Accident avoidance. Yeah, I mean that falls under stress, anxiety. Anticipate stoplights. Yeah, again, stress, anxiety. Make driving easier. I mean, what do you mean by make driving easier, right? What's hard about it? What are the problems? The problem is it takes time. The problem is it costs money. The problem is that the ride is uncomfortable. The problem is parts of it are stressful. The problem is parts of it are boring. Raise speed limit. Again, the last thing I ever want to do with my life is ask government for anything. So we will never work to raise speed limits. I don't know. I don't know why the speed limits are what they are. I don't really know who sets them. I don't know if it's, keep me in a better lane, not behind this idiot. I mean, yeah, that falls into that is something, right? And that is something, it's similar to motion, comfort, bumpiness, noise, but some of those are more characteristics of the car. Maybe we'll call that one skill, right? Unskilled drivers, the kind of person who slams the brakes and sell your driving data. It's not for sale, bros. Auto drive though, or save on insurance cost. Yeah, I'll put that under cost, save gas. Here's generally how I feel about cost savings though. I don't think that very often drives the calculus of many things. The number one thing that makes people do something more is if it's more convenient, right? And everyone is startup stuff, you got to think this way. Push bad drivers off the road. What's the question? The question is, how can driving be better? So skill, I think skill is kind of what you're getting at with the you want to not stay behind like a bad driver, right? Auto react to stop cars. Again, these are implementation things, right? Don't worry about that. Think about the high level problem of how can driving be better? Or maybe I'll phrase it in a different way. What's bad about driving? Keep driver engaged. Why? Is that a problem? Like, is that something bad about driving? It costs, save gas, insurance, do all those things. If you could use less time, I mean, this is really like, magic nav we'll call. Maybe that's what we'll call magic nav. Maybe that is what we'll build with all of our maps. Driving involves attention. Yeah, driving involves attention. I mean, and that's the boredom problem, right? You've fallen asleep while driving. I mean, yeah, there's movies on the display. Yeah, I mean, that all falls under the something else category. Like, how do we, someone's getting a call. Too many unwanted updates and no options for customization. Yeah, you'd rather not be engaged. Yeah, I'd rather not be engaged. I don't know. What unwanted updates? To cars? To openpilot? Customization is not something people really want. Like, people might say they want customization, but in general, like, the only reason people want customization, the only reason people jailbroke their iPhones, I mean, there was the piracy reason, but it really wasn't piracy in the beginning, and now you can still pirate, and almost nobody jailbreaks. It's because it was missing features, right? Like, there were key features missing from the iPhone that you had to jailbreak for. Sense mechanical problems before they happen. Okay, breakdowns. Yeah. We can put that like reliability breakdown kind of stuff. Ability breakdown. I don't know if I'd really call that driving though, right? Because that's once you're off the road. But yeah, I guess it improves the whole car experience. I could care less about remembering the positions of my seats and my preference in music. Yeah, I mean, honestly, universal income is that shit. Now, you want universal basic jobs. You don't want universal basic income. Right? You got to give people jobs. People need something to do. You want to make money, you got to do something, right? Universal basic job. Anticipatory understanding. Yeah, I mean, that's to reduce stress and anxiety. So maybe we'll put that as like, it's not just reliable alerting, but it's like, I mean, alerting is maybe too strong of a word. Reliable communication is maybe the key here. Communication with the car. Yeah. Anxiety about safety, deer, ice. Alright. Okay, no one's hacking your car over the internet. That's fake news. Don't read the media. You read the media and then people get stupid things in their mind, right? V2V, we can talk about why V2V is dumb in a minute. Like, deer and ice are actually problems. Let me tell you, in my life, I've had to swerve to avoid deer, and I've slid on ice. These are real problems. I've experienced them. Let's see. My car's never been hacked, and I don't know anyone whose car's ever been hacked. I know tons of people who've hit deer and crashed because of ice, so those are real problems. And that's, you can tell if something's real or not, right? Like, it's hard in today's world of massive amounts of information. So, like, V2V is not I'm not understanding any of these requiring V2V to solve. Right, V2V. I saw we talk about how the Eon already has V2V. It looks at the brake lights of a problem. Pedestrians are a problem. I mean, pedestrians are a problem in the same way other drivers are a problem. So we'll add it to the crossed out one. On cyclists, nobody likes cyclists, man. It doesn't matter whether you're a pedestrian and no one likes cyclists. Over. V2V chat of passengers. You have this, bros. It's called text messaging. Everyone does it while they drive. They shouldn't, but they do. What can you do? It's convenient, right? Keyless is a problem. Yeah, keyless, actually, I shouldn't say that my car's never been hacked. It's never been hacked like that, but it was almost stolen once. There's the interface. I mean, the interface is bad. Yeah, we'll add that, yeah. Bad interface. Let's see, does it go under any of these? No, I don't think so. But bad interface. I totally agree with that. We can fix them. What else we got? Yoga while driving. It all falls under the something else category in the boredom. I don't care what you do. People who think about self-driving cars will think about stuff like, we should figure out what the driver should do when they're not driving. What? They're gonna use their phone, bro. What do they do when they have a minute to sit there? What do people do on the train? Yeah, exactly, drinking and driving. Of course that's what people want to do, right? Just look at a train. Whatever people do on a train is exactly what they're gonna do in a self-driving car, right? I don't get it. Like, people think it's gonna be new. Yeah, massage seats, you can buy a car with massage seats, just don't be poor. In-car bar, yeah, these aren't like, okay, fine. You know what has bars in it? Trains. Is it working well?
Yeah.
Some of the Scobies are good ideas. We got a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna put this on our wiki, on our internal wiki afterward. Accurate GPS and vehicle sensors. Yeah. There's a whole lot of ways to mitigate sliding on ice. I mean, in some ways, like ice is already dealt with. If you guys have used a modern traction control system, it's super good at dealing with this. And like Deere probably already dealt with by emergency AEB. Sorry, the acronyms are hard to keep straight. So there already are like pretty good solutions for those. And like honestly, those things have. I've never been in a car during an AEB, but I've been in a car plenty of times for traction control, and I sort of wonder how people, didn't go off the road in some scenarios before it. Gamification, yeah, it falls onto the boredom problem, like make driving more exciting. I don't know, like you're not going to be able to compete with Candy Crush, right? So why not just let people play Candy Crush? That's probably the better way to deal with the gamification thing, right? Augmented reality game for driving, and then let somebody else, put it this way, let Niantic build the driving game once the self-driving car already exists. Make driving great again. I don't think driving was ever great. I think driving is better than it ever was right now. What you think of iPace? I don't know what an iPace is. Is that like a pacemaker made by Apple? iPace. Trust that. An iPace would probably be pretty nice. If I needed to get a pacemaker, I would probably get an iPace. Okay, guys, the board is pretty full. We're almost at 30 minutes. Thank you for joining. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Legalize go-karts. You should lobby your local people. Jaguar. Do you mean the animal or the car? Yeah, get a new car. Stop being poor. That's something we always say. Comma steering. Yeah. Well, we'll start with the comma pedal. Comma pedal's in good progress, but yep. Electronic tolls. I mean, again, the problem with electronic tolls is, that would make it better, but it requires governments. Building new models. Okay, models will come in time. Thank you for joining the How Can Driving Be Better Periscope. Old cars with steering. Eject button. Okay. Faraday Future, I bet they have one of those. Get an eject button in your truck. All right, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Thank you for joining Comma Army.